Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we'll be talking about introduction to UI UX design, the difference between UI and UX design, the requirements you need to be a UI UX designer. So we'll start with what is UX design. So like what you can see on your screen here simply means UX design, also known as user experience design, is the process of designing products or services that are user-centered and provide a positive experience for the user. UX design focuses on understanding the user's needs, goals, behaviors, and attitudes in order to create an effective and satisfying experience for them. The goal of a UX designer is to create products and services that are easy to use, efficient, and satisfying for the user, while also meeting the business needs of an organization. This is very clear. So as a UX designer, your goal is to make users' journey easy. When they are using your app or your website that you design, it should be user friendly. Your design should always be intuitive. Your design should be very friendly, so that when someone that has, and let's say for instance, that doesn't really understand how it works, what it means to be a designer, can actually understand what you are doing. You get it? So as a UX designer, your goal should always be making your user's journey easier, putting your legs on your user's shoes. If I'm the one using this product, how am I going to feel? Don't get me wrong, you're not designing for yourself. You're designing for other people. So as a designer, always try to put your legs on your user's shoes. Your goal is to understand the user's needs and goals and behaviors. Your goal is to understand their behaviors, what they feel, how they feel when using your products. You don't just design because you want to design for them, because you want to build an application, because you want to build a website, you want people to use your app. That's not a goal of a UX designer. Rather, your goal is to make their journey very easier. Give them a satisfying experience. That's one thing you need to put in mind if you want to become a UX designer, because it's an important factor of a UX designer. So we have responsibilities of a UX designer. When you say I want to become a UX designer, there are some responsibilities you need to do. So I listed out few of them here. So first we have is the plan and conduct research for user needs. Yes, you heard that right. As a designer, as a UX designer, the number one job is to go carry on research. Plan and conduct research for your users. You don't just design. When you have a project, the first thing you do is to research. And as a UX designer, it's an important factor for you. An important habit you need to learn. Always learn to do research. Because without this research, you can't design for your users unless you want to design for yourself. That's what you're trying to tell us. So you have to carry out research to know what your user needs, to know what they feel, the pain they are going through, so that they can use your products. You don't just wake up in the morning and say I want to be a UX designer without learning the habit of doing research. So one attribute you need to have is learning how to do research. Conduct research for your user needs. Always put them at the back of your mind. They should be the first people you think of when you are designing. Always put your user's needs whenever you are designing. So we have creation of logic wireframes on the interface. We have prototype testing. They create user stories and storyboards. They interpret data quality and qualitative feedback, and many more. Just like I said earlier, it all boils down to doing research. As a UI UX designer, as a UX designer, you always test your product. You always do prototype testing. Test your product whenever you are designing. You don't just design and put it out there for people to use. You have to test it if it's okay, if it's all people can use. You get my point? So the next one we have tools for a UX designer. So what are the tools for a UX designer? So definitely you need a laptop or a desktop computer. Plus you need a phone. It might be an Android phone or an iPhone. You need a good phone. A notebook for sketches and ideas. So when we say notebook for sketches and ideas, as a UX designer, you don't just go into Figma to design something or to draw a sketch. You take your book, your sketchbook, and a pen and sketch out what you feel should be on the design. sketch out your user needs, draw out whatever you want to draw out. That's why it's always good to have a notebook to sketch your ideas on. So we have software tools. We have Sketch, we have Figma, we have Adobe XD. So as a UX designer, it's always important to use your Sketch. Why for Figma and Adobe XD? As a UX designer also, you are to use this software tool. It's either you use Figma or Adobe XD. We have so many more, but these are the most popular ones we have around. So why, for me, my personal preference, I always go with Figma because Figma it's very easy to use. For a newbie, I would advise you to use Figma, but like I said, it's a personal preference. It's what I prefer, so I always go with Figma. Then definitely, I know when you see brain, you will laugh. Yes, you need your brain. You need your brain to be active whenever if you want to become a UX designer. You have to think very far. You don't just get up from your bed and become a UX designer overnight. You have to think. You need to learn how to think very far. So that's when your brain comes in.